Namaste to one and all. Welcome to my channel. This is part 2 regarding the circular 23rd August 2024 issued by CBSE. That topic was concerned about new textbooks and teaching learning materials, and it also tells about the implementation of National Curriculum Framework 2023 regarding school education. And in the previous video I have taken little only, that is regarding, this is the 23rd August and in that circular it tells about the March 22nd. I had taken the March 22nd and explained, and in this video, in this circular, 23rd August circular, there comes a NCERT advisory for school education is there. Regarding that, I have taken only the NCERT textbooks names only. The first grade, second grade, third grade, and sixth grades textbooks names only. And here I am continuing. What about the NCERT advisory for schools according to the 23rd August 2024 circular regarding the implementation of National Curriculum Framework. This is an advisory for all schools towards implementation of the National Curriculum Framework for school education, NCF-SE 2023, which also includes the perspective of National Curriculum Framework for Foundation Stage 2022. The NCF-SE 2023 emphasizes the development of conceptual understanding, critical thinking, creativity, values and dispositions as central to student learning. All school subjects are equally important for a holistic education. So here it tells about the conceptual understanding, how the children should understand the concepts through different ways, isn't it? Through experiential learning, through inquiry-based learning, through playful learning. Yes, that is about the conceptual understanding. And what about the critical thinking, creativity, and value as and dispositions. Dispositions, especially we know that what is the general attitude of the people when regarding the children, regarding the students of a person. They will always think that, always they assume that, always they are so anxious about the future. They always think that their children, their students should come up with good attitudes, that they should develop good attitudes in their learning, in their life, wherever they go, wherever they work, they should have a good attitude. That is the values and dispositions. Values, you know, a lot of values are there. So as central to student learning, all school subjects are equally important for a holistic education. So here the holistic education aiming at the cognitive skills, social skills, emotional skills, a lot of things should include to become a good citizen, a good person. So it takes into account the holistic education. The child should get subject wise they should have the learning, and at the same time for a livelihood, some education they should have, vocational education they should have, art education, physical education, well-being, physical development is very important, social development is very important. So that is why we are including holistic education is important here. Now when we say the holistic development, we know different motor skills. There's fine motor skills, general motor skills. So for that purpose, we need the physical education, we need the wellness. So all together comes the NEP. So National Education Policy implemented through National Curriculum Framework is aiming at this, and for these two links have been given. One is the NCF-FS. FS means foundational learning. FLN, we say FLN, and NCF-SE, that is school education. So NCF-FS is regarding Balavadiga 1, Balavadiga 2, Balavadiga 3. Earlier, different names have been given. Anganwadi is Balavadiga is like that, different names have been given. And LKG, UKG like that. Now Balavadiga 1, Balavadiga 2, Balavadiga 3, and Standard 1 and Standard 2. This is a foundation stage, FS. Foundation stage. That link has been given. And another thing is that as per the perspectives of NCF-FS and NCF-SE, the National Council for Education Research and Training has developed new textbooks for S. That was the topic we were talking about in the last video, connected to August 23rd Circular 73, ACADS Circular 73. Yes, new textbooks which were available first and second grade last year itself, now 3 and 6. So 1, 2, 3 and grade 6. List of these textbooks is annexed with this advisory. The focus of implementation in the year 2024-25 is textbooks for grade 3 and grade 6, a collection of learning teaching material, Jadu Pitara, for children in the age group of 3 to 8 years. Is Jadu Pitara, that regarding Jadu Pitara also we have seen in the meeting held by the prominent members of the NCERT and CBSE. Yes, and textbooks for grade 1 and 2 have already been released for their implementation in the year 2023-24 and onwards. So the implementation of National Curriculum Framework SE 2023 in schools have 5 key parts. What are they? Introducing new school subjects, then teaching with the new textbooks following appropriate pedagogy, attaining learning standards, and using varied assessment activities and ongoing timetable. Let us see what about the introduction of new school subjects in grade 3 and 6. One of the most important ideas in the NCF-SE 2023 is equal emphasis on all curricular areas to ensure a holistic educational experience for all subjects. There is no difference between scholastic and co-scholastic areas. That is, once art education, physical education, vocational education, or the well-being, physical education, well-being, all these were considered as a co-scholastic area. Now you know these co-scholastic and scholastic areas are coming together and the curricular areas, and so thereby we are getting a holistic educational experience for all students. Then art education, physical education, now school subjects as par with all others across grades 3 to 12. Schools must ensure that they are given adequate space in the school day, adequate resources and adequate focus across all these grades. So it should be given importance. It should get enough space and days and resources for the development regarding art education, physical education. Then grade 6 comes the vocational education introduced as a separate area. Yes. Grade 6 vocational education is introduced as a separate area of study integral to the school curriculum. Schools must ensure that vocational education is given adequate space in the school days, adequate resources and adequate focus. Then grade 3, the world around us, that is WAU, an interdisciplinary area that encourages exploration and understanding of both the natural world and the social world. So grade 3, WAU, they are exploring and at the same time they are understanding with the topics, the resources and aspects of pre-vocational skills are also incorporated into this subject is pre-vocational, because grade 6 only we are introducing the vocational education, and here the pre-vocational skills are also incorporated into the subject. Schools must ensure that this is fully implemented, and they have saying that part C 6, 7, 8, 9, but I feel that it is not part C, it is part B. Yes, I think because of the printing mistake, when we type, maybe that difference is art education. This is part B of, this is a book, is National Curriculum Framework. Yes, I have taken the printout, and is for school education 2023, and is, what are the 6, 7, 8, 9? 6 is art education, 7 is interdisciplinary areas, and 8 is physical education, and 9 is vocational education. Yes. Then, yes. So introducing new school subjects in grade 3 and 6. Then coming to the second point, teaching with the new textbooks. Teaching with the new textbooks following appropriate pedagogy. Schools must ensure that the appropriate pedagogy is used when implementing the new textbooks in the classroom. Then the following are some important pedagogical points based on the NCF-SE 2023. First point is that the classroom is a place for formal learning where there must be balance of direct instruction and opportunities for activity, discussion, exploration and inquiry. So it is a formal learning place, classroom, but at the same time direct teaching and at the same time activity, discussion, exploration and inquiry. Then second point is that focus must be on conceptual understanding and reasoning rather than rote learning or recalling facts. Yes, conceptual understanding through reasoning. Then coming to third point, instead of rote learning, just memorizing the point, recalling the facts, instead of that, conceptual understanding through reasoning and conceptual understanding and reasoning. Then students learn best when they are fully involved in the learning process. Please encourage students to observe, ask questions and discuss ideas. Yes, they may be so interested when they are getting a role to observe, then when they are getting a role to say the answer and discuss the ideas. Then conversations and discussions, activities and projects, experiments and field trips are important. So conversations and discussions, activities and projects, and experiments and field trips are an important part of the classroom process. And in the national credit framework, not national curriculum framework, the credit framework means how the marks are being given to the students according the new curriculum framework. There the field trip, how many hours spent for the field trip, how many hours they spend for the experiments, all this taken into account as a learning periods, and according to the learning hours it will be converted into the credit system. Credits, how many hours are considered as 1 credit hour, everything is detailedly given in the video and in the national curriculum framework of this 2023 NCF-SE. The special attention must be paid to the prior concepts that students might already have and connect those ideas to what they now need to learn. So the previous ideas should be given more importance. According to the previous ideas and previous knowledge, they should construct the new learning. How and connect those ideas to what they now need to learn. Of course, previous knowledge is very important. While individual work is critical, students working in different pairs and different groups should be actively encouraged. Yes, as they work in critical, individual, and they work in different pairs and different groups, school should be actively encouraged. This builds important life capacities of working in teams and working with the different kinds of people. Yes, working with the different kinds of people. Yes. That is a socio-emotional skill also coming here. They should also work in group because in future they have to work with different people having different ideas, different attitudes. So let them have the experience of like that, how they should behave in a team, how they should behave in a society, in a social group. Homework is important and can be designed in very exciting ways that are both fun and challenging for students. This will help students absorb, practice and apply what they have learned. Yes, homework can be designed in an exciting way. While the textbook is very important, it must not be seen as only the source of learning. Please encourage students to search for answers from books. Yes, the children should have the textbook in the classroom. The teacher should take the textbook to the classroom. Yes, that is important. So they should search for answers from the book, from their and others experience from their environment, and they should experience from their environment and from the people around them. Please help them to access and choose appropriate material that will help them learning further. While students or learn separate subjects, it is important to keep the connection between subjects alive to ensure that learning is multidisciplinary and holistic. Please do whatever you can help your students to make connections between what they learn in school and their life experiences outside school. So Multidisciplinary is very important. How one subject is related to another subject. Yes, what they learn, how it is related to another subject. Isn't it? So while you are in physics, you are learning, you are teaching the temperature. And when we teach about the temperature, of course, we come across what degree Celsius, what degree Fahrenheit, what degree Celsius the temperature is. When we measure the temperature, 26 degree Celsius, of course, you know that it is related to mathematics. And where the temperature is high, whether the temperature is low. When the temperature is low and higher altitude, there and polar regions, it is related to geography. So that way, one subject is related to another subject in the realistic life. That the children are understanding how the subjects are multidisciplinary. It cannot be made into total watertight compartments. For grade 3, activity and discovery-based pedagogy is the focus, while gradually encouraging students to be active within a formal classroom arrangement. So in grade 3, activity and discovery-based pedagogy is the focus. Discovery-based pedagogy is the focus, while gradually encouraging students to be active within a formal classroom arrangement. Because up to second, it is a foundation stage, it is learning is different. So it should be discovery based, and at the same time later gradually learn them as formal classroom arrangement. The ability to concentrate and pay continuous attention to classroom discussion needs to be encouraged. Let them sit, let them learn, let them listen, and some proportion of self-paced individual work should be part of the classroom activity, while some amount of homework can be included. So some proportion of self-paced individual work is give them some work individually, let them do some classroom activity, and at the same time homework should be given. To the content that is chosen, the teaching plan and classroom arrangement would need to be activity based, playful, experimental, and lend themselves to a consolidating, summarizing conversation after doing. This after doing means experiential learning, hands-on learning, playful learning, learning from play, after fun learning. So after all, let them summarize what they have learned. That is important. So for grade 6, the pedagogy is a judicious balance of direct instruction and opportunities for exploration and inquiry. So direct instruction, that teacher is teaching, and at the same time opportunities for exploration and inquiry. The expansion of subjects and abstract nature of the theories place a heavier cognitive demands on students. The focus on conceptual development indicates that the teacher must pay attention to the prior concepts that the students might already have and how to use those concepts to bring about active learning. The emphasis is not on accumulating facts, but on becoming fluent in the methods of inquiry within each school subject. Then one more thing. Then please see the part A, chapter 3, and part C, chapter 1 to 9. I told you already, it is not part C, it is part B. According to the materials available to me, that is how. So part A. What about the part A? Is aims and curricular areas of education, school stages, logic and designs, and approaches to learning, standards, pedagogy, content, and assessment. Then coming to the part 3, organizing timetable. Yes, this is the organizing timetable according to the request and space of all aspects. Time is an invaluable resource in every school. The allocation of time to different activities and areas of learning is important, that carried out very carefully. It must consider practical aspects such as time available, but also must enable the operationalization of the curriculum, including its priorities and balance. Well, teaching time is critical. Student must have enough time and space for development of genuine conceptual understanding and capacities rather than rote learning. Special efforts will needed to ensure adequate time for art education, physical education, vocational education as new subjects area in the curriculum. Even though I told you, but it was in the co-curricular area earlier, now in the curricular area and in the school day. Please see Part A, Chapter 4 in the NCF-SE here. Yes, I have done videos regarding that, regarding the regarding foundation stage, regarding this one. I have done the videos, and that I will also mention about it later. Yes, regarding that, regarding the time allocation. Then comes attaining learning standards. Regarding attaining learning standards, schools must ensure that they understand and work towards achieving the learning standards set out in the NCF-SE 2023 for grade 3 and 6. The new textbooks for grade 3 and 6 have been developed to help achieve these learning standards. Yes, the objectives are there. What are the objectives of that? We have seen in the part A. What are the objectives of learning? Objectives of aims of education, then objectives of education. That leads to the learning standards and after all learning outcomes. So the new textbooks for grade 3 and 6 have been developed to help achieve these learning standards. Based on the aims of education, we have to clearly see the learning standards and learning outcomes. The learning standards is it is written about learning aims, curricular goals, and it leads to the the learning outcomes. And third point, competencies for each school subject are specific learning achievements that are observable and can be assessed systematically. What about the competencies? Regarding the learning outcomes, it is very important that it should aim at the